To see some of the most beautiful geologic views in Death Valley, make sure to check out the Mosaic Canyon hiking trail while you're there. At just 4 miles round trip, it may seem like an easy hike, but it gains 1,200 feet in elevation, and to make the full trip, you'll have to do some scrambling, so the full hike is definitely not for beginners. You can do just the first part of the journey if you're looking for something more casual, and you'll still get to see some really cool sights. The road to get to the starting point is located across from the Stovepipe Wells campground along the 190 on the west side of Stovepipe Wells. It's a 2.3 mile unpaved road that is usually passable with sedans, but we highly recommend taking an SUV so you'll have a higher clearance. The road is gravel, but it's much rougher gravel than anything we've ever driven over, and it also had several large rocks that you should try to dodge. The road ends in a makeshift parking lot at the trailhead. There are no restrooms available like at some of the other attractions in Death Valley, so make sure you stop in Stovepipe Wells beforehand. Mosaic Canyon originally formed because of cracks in the landscape millions of years ago that acted as drains for the mountain when it rained. Flash floodwaters carried rocks and sand down from the mountains, which over time carved out the marble canyon walls into what we see today. For that same reason, you should not enter the canyon if there's a chance of rain, because flash floods still happen from time to time and they can be life-threatening, with gravel 20 feet high being pushed down through the canyon. It all ends in a giant alluvial fan that stretches out from the parking lot all the way to Stovepipe Wells. These floods filled with tiny rocks polished the canyon walls into smooth, gorgeous works of natural art, which you can see in even just the first quarter mile of the trail. After a little while, you will come upon smooth, slippery ground that can make hiking treacherous, so we recommend bringing some hiking poles and a first aid kit with you, as we encountered a man with a bloody elbow who fell coming back down the trail. Unfortunately, the slick ground kept us from venturing too far into the trail because I couldn't risk slipping and falling while I continued to recover from a back injury, but we thoroughly enjoyed our stroll through the first part of the canyon and back. As you walk the trail, keep an eye out for the Mosaic breccia, which is Italian for fragments, because that's how the canyon received its name. The fragments are lodged inside natural cement, creating a beautiful and mystifying sight. Just remember, if you're hiking in the summer months between April and October, you need to be finished with your hike by 10 a.m. before the sun bakes Death Valley into the dangerous environment that earns its name. Make sure to bring plenty of water too, like a hydration backpack, as even the winter months are extremely dry. Even if you only go a quarter mile or so on the trail, it's still well worth the drive up to explore Mosaic Canyon, which is known as a geologic outdoor museum. It was one of the coolest places we visited in Death Valley. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the Great Wide somewhere.